everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for September 14th, 2019, Saturday. All the greatest treasures are hidden behind that which we wouldn't want to be with. All the greatest treasures are hidden behind that which we wouldn't want to be with. This ultimate mischief and brilliance, all the wisdom, compassion, and treasure is within. So where are you going to hide it? That's from Pamela Wilson. I was going for a bike ride in the park the other day when I came across a stray dog standing on the side of the path. When he saw me approaching, he immediately snapped at me, as if he was needing to defend itself from being attacked. Looking at this scrawny, skinny, malnourished body, hair balding with bare red skin and certain scratched-off patches, I could see that he had quite a rough, long life on the streets. It was apparent that this neglected animal had been abused many times by people, perhaps for no good reason at all in his mind, which pushed him into a deep habit of defending himself for any potential intimate encounter. This brief encounter with this wounded animal touched me in the most intimate ways. Realized that because of this dog that had such an intense defensive mechanism, he probably would have to spend the remainder of his life alone, cold through the winters without his pack or any human to care for him, looking every day through garbage for a few morsels of food. It was a very sad thought, and I realized that it was this animal's karma to continue manifesting this situation until he learned how to relax, stop being so quick to snarl, snap, growl at anyone who got too close to him. We all have our lessons in life, even animals, and he was being forced by the universe to learn how to release his tight, fearful grip on his life so he could be petted, taken care of, fed, and receive love. As I continued biking, looking at people's faces around the park, it became very apparent to me that so many people in the world are living their lives in a state very similar to this dog. Ordinary people like you and me, who were abused at some point in their life journey and are now spending the rest of their lives hiding behind a tight, protective, shielded energy. In their eyes, I could see these people were still holding on to their pain, feeling lost, alone, insecure, and trapped in their lives. They were still reacting to the memory of pain buried in their past. It is this memory that causes them to live in constant defense mode and attack others so they don't become abused again by someone in this world. I wonder what it takes for people to be truly courageous and stop playing the role of this protective, defensive dog and choose to be cuddled, petted, and nourished instead. Whenever our grip on life is too tight, there's not enough room for love to enter. We are living like a tight fist, unable to relax and receive love. The love can come in many forms: the form of abundance, a new partner, a warm hug, a new job that you love, motivation to create a fit body, spontaneous healing, or even a deeper trust in your own intuition. If you take a long, deep look at your past, you have most likely been emotionally attacked and wounded in some way, like this dog. If you haven't healed that part that wounded you, is still gripping with fear, trying to control your experience of life from the inside. Healing can only occur when you feel this pain, let go of trying to control it, and welcome all the feelings that arise from it. You take yourself to be limited, but you are not. Discover this by staying silent and attentive. Be earnest about it. Just be aware of your being here and now. And reality will find you. And that is Nisragrata Maharaj. Now, if you're unsure how, if or when you're playing the white knuckle control game with your life, just pay closer attention to your body. The ego's tight grip will show up as a tension inside, which may be super subtle or painfully intense. This tension means you are still behaving on some level like the stray dog. Your tension is a teacher, and the universe is attempting to show you the art of relaxation, surrender, and letting go of control. Healing yourself is honoring the wound, is your greatest teacher, knowing it is the essential core element on the path toward self-realization. It's all the perfect setup, as it forces you to find your spiritual path and step beyond the ego into a life that's truly free from suffering. Having a tight grip on our life comes from living a life filled with control. If you're trying to control your kids, your parents, your employees, or perhaps your emotions and your thoughts, you will feel the tension inside. You might think that you must always remain in control or things will get crazy. Perhaps you're afraid to let go of control about your finances, what you eat, your social behavior, what is going to happen to you in the future. Now, the mind tends to create an over-exaggerated grip on life because it doesn't know how to trust life. And the tightness you feel is pure resistance to trusting life and is the ego's little strategy to remaining powerful. And ultimately, the need for control is the greatest distraction, keeping you from diving deeper inside until you discover the greatest misunderstanding that mankind has ever had. This misunderstanding is the ignorant belief unworthy being totally disconnected from God. Everyone in society has many rational, reasonable reasons to continue trying to control their life. Yeah. What many haven't realized yet is that when you finally understand what your white-knuckled grip is about and decide to let it go, then you are instantly led to discover your divine true nature. This sacred, all-trusting, all-knowing soul is self-evident and becomes quite obvious. It shows up instantly when you drop all subtle attempts to be in control or not feel out of control. The society will challenge you deeply to remain in control as much as possible. There are not many people in this world who would agree that trusting life is the way to go. Trusting life creates individuals who are free, liberated thinkers, which our structured society cannot control. So, keep in mind that whatever makes you think you're some powerless human being who is in need of mind or more control, this belief is also what is causing the pendulum to swing in the opposite direction. It's forcing you to discover that way deep down you are a loving, divinely creative, manifesting being who has access to an unlimited source of consciousness and energy. Yes, at the very core of it all, you are the God source itself. The biggest truth is that the divine essence that you are, the spark of unlimited creative love inside you, is so huge that it simply cannot be controlled. That is why trying to control life never really works. Any tight grip you have on your outer or inner world will instantly make you feel you're separate from the God source. Why would you need a tight grip on anything if you know you are the God source? The ignorance of our divine nature is an addition or an addiction, and based on the society's agreement about the illusion of separation, it says that the matrix is real. and not a construct of our imagination. Everything in this world can be used as a distraction from knowing your real nature or the direct path to discovering it. It all depends on if you can take a long, deep look inside yourself and honor this sweet, divine being who is truly loving, powerful, and spiritually connected to everyone, everything. Once the ego catches the tiniest glimpses of who you really are, it will be very embarrassed about all its over-controlling strategies. It will blow down or bow down to the God source and surrender the need to be right about anything. When you honestly take a good look at your life, you'll see there is no need to try to control anything at all. Your life is already perfectly out of control and perfectly in control. The universe is ultimately in charge, and your job is to simply enjoy this journey of self-realization back home. Your job here is to realize your infinite loving connection with the God source inside you now. And this is what you're here to integrate and ground into your life. You signed up to experience a tight grip on your life so that your coming home would be so much more relaxing and amazing. So, tighten your grip as much as you can on your life. You just know deep down that it is a losing battle. You cannot be in control every little detail of your life and be at peace. Eventually, the ego must give up and surrender. The moment it honestly does, you discover a natural, blissful connection to the God source that you are and is already here, available within you. God is there only if you surrender. You know, you've heard me talk about surrender a lot. Surrender makes anything God. Surrender gives you the eyes, and everything that is brought to these eyes become divine. Osho. To master control in your life, it's first important to know that we human beings have a few basic needs that we need to get met every day. We all need to be loved. We have a safe, clean, warm place to sleep, loving friends and family, clean water, and healing foods that feed the body, mind, and soul. To get our needs met, we must be willing to let go of control, to trust life is there for us. Be willing to focus the mind in the massive, positive direction towards receiving our needs. If we get caught in fear, we end up creating an extra unnecessary need to be in control of our lives. If this manifests, it's because we are not okay with our insecurity and the feeling of being out of control. The need to control anything in life only creates problems because the universe was not created to be controlled. It was created to be enjoyed and mirror back to you an experience of yourself where you can know yourself as a divine, all-powerful manifesting being that you are. Manifesting is a natural gift we all have, where your desires effortlessly show up because you are ready to receive them. The restless, rational mind doesn't understand this. It thinks it must do something to manifest something and has to know exactly how you're going to get from A to B to C. It needs solutions to its problems. And this causes you to get more wrapped up in another over-controlling scenario. The only way out of this mess is to meet with your inner controlling critic inside your mind consciously with love. You must teach it to discover the humble middle path through life, where it gets to learn how to let go and trust that life is meant to be easy, effortless, and loving. You know, we've all been taught the opposite. The opposite. Oh, life is a struggle. Oh, it's so hard. Oh, I wouldn't want to do this again. You see how we've been programmed? The golden secret to manifesting is having a healthy relationship with your mind. This means that your grip on your mind is not too tight nor too loose. The reason you focus so much on the tight aspects is because this is how the majority of people are functioning in the world. Imagine that your mind is this brilliant new guitar which you're learning to play. You'll first need to tune it. And if your strings are too loose, the music won't play. We've talked about this before. And if it's too tight, your strings will tweak and break. To perfectly tune the inner guitar of your mind, you may pay close attention to how it sounds, feels, upon a deep investigation and introspection. Find out why, when, where, how your grip on life is too tight or too loose. Observe what issues you cannot let go of and soften about for a single moment. And explore what it may be like to relax and trust that everything is going to be okay. The moment you can see how your ego is still playing the controlling game, you won't half the battle. You won half the battle. The next step is to notice if the roots of the controlling energy are coming from the source of fear or love. If you go beneath the deepest root, passing far beneath the surface layers, you will find the source of love is at the very core. Yet, to get to this vast, all-encompassing healing love inside, you must continuously dig. And when you reach the core, there is stillness and silence at the center. Your mind will relax, shift to becoming more trusting and love-based. You'll find that you become more flexible, open-minded, easygoing, and able to welcome new ideas, people, beliefs, and realities into your life. Healing our control issues naturally occur when we look inside at that part which we don't want to see and start seeing it from a new angle. When you can see it from a heart filled with acceptance and gratitude, it will transform. Accepting what you see inside of yourself means you're not trying to change it in any way. You're simply being present with what you find, being open to seeing the bigger picture as to why your soul would choose to experience wounding and taste this different flavor of life. The choice is always yours to dive deep enough into the core of your being, which is always rooted in love, the God source itself. You must stop behaving like the stray dog and release the need to bark at others you love or defend your ego's opinions. This is a deeper journey, a much deeper journey than the ego can handle. It's about diving into complete 100% trust, knowing that this universe is truly a loving, healing place, created to help you evolve, learn to love and grow. It is not easy to find happiness in ourselves, and it is not possible to find it elsewhere. Albert Camus. We are all here to unravel the illusions we believe are real. The reality we think is an illusion. Understand that. We are all here to unravel the illusions we believe are real, and the reality we think is an illusion. We are here to wake up from the dream, and the dream that we are already awake. We are each here to heal our wounds and realize at the core we are already whole, healed, and completely perfect. When you discover your tightest grip on life, you have to find infinite patience with yourself. You realize it could possibly take many years or lifetimes to totally heal all your layers of wounding and find true peace. When this happens, the ego surrenders its illusions of control on the deepest levels. You start dropping deeper into the stillness and silence that is the source of love itself. Listen to yourself. Loosen the grip on your life. When we're able to not control, we don't want to control too much, and we don't want to control too little. And this meditation is the core, the deep core of you is love. Right? Why do you think this planet is in such disarray? Because they pounded it into the civilization for eons that you are separate, you are segregated, you are alone, you must struggle, you must be in pain, sorrow, and anguish, and grapple and scratch and claw to survive. You see, this is the illusion. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure most of you are. And the first thing you want to do is relax. Drop all stress, tension, fear, anxiety. Serves you no purpose. It's just the mind dictating to the heart mind. Let it go. Surrender it. Just let go. When you surrender something, you embrace it, you look at it, you smile, no matter what it may be. Right? You're not out to change it. You just let it go. You say, see ya. This way your mind can't conjure. See? It can't conjure. It can't convince you to make it a reality. You see what I mean? It's that feeling you get. You call it the pit of the stomach? You know, the heart, it's always around the heart, but it's the pit of the stomach, so it's just below the heart. It's that feeling, that uneasiness you get. Okay? That's the mind dictating to your emotion center, the heart mind. That's why you get that. Okay? And unbeknownst to you, the mind is controlling you instead of vice versa. You come back with the heart mind, you say, look, mind, I love you, but you are not in control. So therefore, I do not acknowledge this thought, and nor will I turn it into a reality. Now, while you're doing this and surrendering with your body relaxing, you want to move into the now. As you move into the now, you literally eliminate all of the future chatter, all of the thoughts in the past. You ever notice it's very easy for us to be seduced, go into the past, 20, 30 years ago I did it, oh, it's this and that, and that. It's gone. It's over. Okay? We experienced it. We have the experience. That's it. We don't visit it. We don't even give it a second glance. We turn around and we say, okay, the future's not here. I'm in the now. This is what I have. I have the now. So you stay in the now. So you also, as you're moving into the now and moving into stillness in the mind, you're going to want to breathe. You want to breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. As you breath in through the nose, you want to hold it 1001, 1002, 1003, and then breath out through the mouth. While I'm doing this, you want to do it while I'm talking. You want to do it at least 6 times. For those of you who are new, the reason we hold our breaths is because the breath is only in the now. It's not in tomorrow. It's not in yesterday. It is in the now. And it helps you focus on when you start having issues or worries or stresses or fears. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you're discombobulated and you're worrying and stressing and fearing about something, this is when you breathe. You focus on your breathing. Watch what happens. You move yourself into the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes, and you focus on your breathing. It's alleviated. Okay? Whether you're sleeping, or whether you're working to the course of your day, or whether you're going to bed at night, whatever, getting up in the morning, demystify it. Disengage it. This helps you focus only take in 16 to 18%. That's not good. We take our breathing for granted. We shallow breathe. Majority of humanity shallow breathes. And I'm not talking about a bunch of people walking around just sucking in and, barely getting as much of it in, blowing it out, continuously. That's, you breathe in nicely and you exhale nicely. You're aware of it. You focus with it. Now, as you're breathing in divine positive energy. What is this energy? It's an energy that comes from all things. It's source energy. It's the God source. It's everywhere. Flows everywhere. It's in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. It is us. It's a constant communication, a flow, a frequency of the highest high. It comes in. It communicates to our gods. Remember, you're merged with your God. And you're also operating in the heart-mind. So, you understand that your positive receipt of the information goes through the God, communicates with you and your consciousness. So when you're aware and conscious of this communication, what does it say? What does it say today, in the now, in this meditation? All that you really, truly are is in the very deepest center of your being. And the more you move into the center of you, the more you will learn that you are astronomically powerful, perfect creation of Source God. That you are the love, that you are the compassion, that you are the peace, the joy, the bliss, that you are the abundance, that you are all of these things, prosperity. It's just on and on and on. This is where you find the true love source that you are. And everything changes. Now, when you breath out, you're breathing out the same old inconsistent, incessant chatter of the mind and ego trying to convince you that it's all poppycock, that it's just garbage. Don't go there. Stay with us. It's comfortable. You've been here all this time, forever. Just don't leave. Stay with us. It's comfortable. You just say, I love you guys, but we must have an understanding. I am the one that's the master. I am the master. I am the leader. I am the supervisor of you. Then the mind learns. You just blow it out. You breath it out. It's gone. It's over. Your heart center wants you to visit, because of the mind dictating, the heart center wants to visit it. That's the only reason, because the mind keeps trying to keep you deferred, stretched, thin, distracted from who and what you are. Now, arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light, our halo. It surrounds the equator of this planet, Earth. We're embracing it. The light is our source God energy, our God energy. We encase this entire planet, including ourselves, in an impenetrable field of deep eternal love, light energy. The only thing that can penetrate it is more of the same. The lower frequencies have no chance. Can't even come near it. And the only emission that you've been given low frequencies is that if you're the manufacturer of them within the sphere. So, embrace that which you are. All aspects of it. Inside and out. Forgive where you need to forgive. Accept where you need to accept. Period. see the planet and all the life inside and out just flooded and saturated with the eternal love. The light energy, the reflection, the glitter, gossamer glitter. You see through it everywhere, everything. Pure, deep, eternal love. And we begin to move up above the planet, and we leave the body. But see, we connect to the body because we run the body. It's our energy that runs this body. This body could not run without us in it. We're the source. We're the power plant for this vessel. So we stay connected, so we can sustain it. Obviously, we want to be able to go back in. So we leave the body as we float up. It's effortless. And we immediately start to call on the other parts of source creation, source God. Our brothers and sisters. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be ever. We call upon all the light energy beings who are everywhere. All universes, all dimensions, densities, all existences. They are the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They are in joy, peace, benevolence, tranquility, kindness, generosity. They're caring, compassionate, generous, and humble. And there, they are with their gods, as we are. And arm in arm, hand in hand, they come. They join us in this now, in this meditation. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes. We're of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes. We are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is everywhere. We call upon the archangels, seraphim, cherubim, archetypes, all of the angels, all of the civilization, who have been assisting our civilization for eons. In peace and protection and love and joy and abundance and prosperity. They are the highest, deepest eternal love for the highest, deepest eternal love. They're in joy. They're in peace. They're in prosperity. They're in bliss. They are in humbleness, caring, compassion. And they come, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of life. And they come in the trillions. Arm in arm, hand in hand. They are of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes. We're all one. We're all love. And our God light energy is everywhere. We'll call upon ascended masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, Amorya, Abundancia, just to name a few. These are those who have ascended out of body, left the matrix, came back to assist us in taking the risk of being trapped back in the matrix. They're the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They are in joy, peace, prosperity. And they come in massive numbers, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this meditation. They bring their God light with us. And they are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes. We're all one. We're all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. Well, we call upon the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth. All of these civilizations, only of the highest of deepest eternal love, from the highest deepest eternal love, who are in deep generosity, caring, humbleness, peace, joy, bliss, goodness, non-judgment, non-judgmental. Tranquil, benevolent. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this meditation, gladly, bringing their gods into our gods. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes. And we are all one, we are all love, and our God light energy expands and is everywhere. It never stops. We call upon all the galactics and off-worlders who are only of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They are in joy, they are in peace, generosity, happiness, bliss. They are calm. They are benevolent. They are joy. They are humble. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this meditation, in our circle of light. They bring their gods into our gods. They are of the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes, and we are of the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes. We're all one. We're all love. And our God light energy is everywhere. We call upon all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this life, and all lifetimes that we have had. They are only of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They are in joy, peace, happiness, bliss, tranquility, goodness, caring. Generosity and humbleness. And they come in the billions. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They bring their God to our God. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes as we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitudes. We're all one. We're all love. And our God light energy is everywhere. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and in this planet, above and below, who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They're in peace, they're in joy, they're in calmness, they're in bliss and kindness, they're happy. And they come. And just to name a few, we have the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees. We have the mermaids, the dolphins, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. Elements, earth, air, water, fire. And they come in numbers and sizes and shapes and colors from things inside that we have never laid eyes upon. And arm in arm, hand in hand, they come in the trillions. And they join us. Their gods with ours. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We're all one, we're all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, saturating everything in deep eternal love, increasing, elevating vibrational frequencies of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. We look up and we see our meditative sphere, holding all of our meditations in perpetual motion. This is pure, deep, eternal love. It never stops. It doesn't cease. It is eternal. And it pumps us out beyond the beyond the beyond. It saturates all the low frequencies. It dispels them. And it uplifts all frequencies into the higher frequencies in the universe. The universe smiles. We love the universe. It is our companion. You feel this flooding. You feel this sense, this emotion of deep, deep, deep gratitude, peace, joy, happiness, bliss, kindness, generosity, humbleness. This is the power within you. The more you feel it, the more you awaken. The more you feel it, the more you experience it. The more you feel it, the more you are it. We look down upon the planet, we see all of our brothers and sisters, we see all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. All life. Inside now, above and below. Our intention is to flood them non-stop, 5,000-6,000% of this awareness, so that they begin their journey within, so that they find the true God inside them. This is not a biological vessel that we are dealing with. It is absolute, pure, deep, eternal love. It isn't something that you can move, dress, none of it. It is about the deep eternal love within each and every one of us. So our sphere will flood this continuously from this now on. Cleanse, purify, uplift, generate into much higher frequency, much better understanding, much better absorption, much better, bliss, generosity. All there. All over the planet. As well of us. All of us. We are flooded and saturated with this deep gratitude, with all of this embracing energy. You are power personified. You are omnipotence personified. You're all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. You feel it, that you become lighter and lighter, from head to toe, inside and out. You can feel it as long as you have followed this meditation and this now. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. journey that we're all on. We might take different paths, but we end up on the same direction. And it is all inside of each and every one of us. There's nothing outside. It's all inside. And so the more we spend moving deeper and deeper within ourselves, the more we experience the joy, bliss, and love that we truly are. The very core of our beingness, our existence. So we take this, we practice, we're conscious. What we're doing here is giving everybody a piece at a time, so it isn't so overwhelming. And each piece snaps into place, and it grows and expands, and the picture becomes clearer, more colors, more vibrance. The deeper we go, the more vibrant, the more enriching, the more expanding it is. This is a wonderful journey we are all taking. It is connected to our highest high. It is connected to the God source that we are. We are the kingdom of God. We are the mind of God. And we are God. Flow with it. Try not to control yourself to the point where you are absolutely squeezing the breath out of you, and not too loose to where it can flail everywhere. Flow through the day into the evening and night, into the following morning. We are going to have a health call Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line. There's a lot of things that we should cover, make clear for people. Quite a lot of questions, a lot of people asking questions about things. So we're going to do a health call to address that, reiterate a lot of things, introduce some things. It's ongoing. We will be back here at 3 p.m. Eastern, Sunday, September